Hi students, I am glad to start a new lesson today. In this lesson, you are going to learn about the infinitive verbs. So we are going to start lesson 11b. Okay, so we are going to start with the purpose of infinitive verbs. Okay, the purpose of these kind of verbs is to say two actions in the same sentence. If I want to express two different actions in the same sentence, I can use different verbs. One is the main verb and the other is the infinitive verb. Okay? So, how do we form the infinitive verbs? Use the preposition to form the infinitive verbs. Let's see, this is the structure. The preposition to plus a verb. Okay? So let's see some examples. For example, to buy, to live, to work, to do, any kind of verb. If we add the preposition to, we become into an infinitive verb. To buy, to live, to work, to do, etc. Okay? So this is the feature of these kind of verbs. All of them have the preposition to. Continue. Okay, another thing is the usage. How to use these kind of verbs. We need to learn some rules. For example, after these verbs, use infinitives. Okay, you already know how to form infinitives, but remember, infinitive is the second verb in a sentence. So you need a main verb. Necesitas un verbo principal. Okay? So the main verbs are want, need, learn, decide, plan, hope, promise. There are a list of many other verbs, but this is one of these verbs we are going to use in this lesson. Okay, so let's see some examples. I want to find a new job. If I say I want to find a new job, I am expressing two different actions in the same sentence. The first action is with the verb want, is the main verb. And the second action is with the infinitive, to find a new job. Okay, so I will show you another examples. Luke decided to move on a new apartment. Decided to move. Decided is the first action, is the main verb, and to move on is an infinitive verb, is the second action. Okay, we will continue. They don't plan to go on vacation this year. They don't plan to go on vacation this year. Okay? Are you learning to cook? Okay, are you learning to cook? So, as you can see, in the first sentence, I want to find a new job is an affirmative sentence. Okay? So, it's also in present simple tense, this example. Okay, so that's the reason want is in present, in affirmative. Luke decided to move on a new apartment. It's an affirmative sentence, but the tense is past simple because decided is a past simple verb. Okay, they don't plan to go on vacation this year. Don't plan is a negative sentence in present simple tense. They don't plan to go. Okay? Are you learning to cook? This is a question. You can also make questions with infinitive verbs. In this question, are you learning learning is in present continuous tense. Okay, are you learning to cook? Okay, I will translate these sentences in Spanish. I want to find a new job. Yo quiero encontrar un trabajo nuevo, un empleo nuevo. Luke decided to move on a new apartment. Luke decidió mudarse a un departamento nuevo. They don't plan to go on vacation this year. Ellos no planean ir de vacaciones este año. Are you learning to cook? ¿Estás aprendiendo a cocinar? So as you can see, in all these sentences and the question, I express two different actions, the main verb and the infinitive verb. It doesn't matter if it's an affirmative, a negative, a question, or even if the tense is present, past, or any kind of verbal tense. Okay? We will continue. Okay. It's important to remember that we are going to use infinitives to say two actions in the same sentence. Okay? Remember that. Say two actions in the same sentence. Use infinitives in, you can use these verbs in affirmative, negative sentences or questions. The verbal tenses are important with this kind of verbs. Okay, but remember, infinitives doesn't change. You are not going to change the infinitive. Remember the sentences previously. Okay, so the main verbs such as plan, decide, want, hope, promise, the list of these main verbs, that those verbs are going to change in different verbal tenses. Okay, could be present, could be past, could be present continuous, present perfect, future, any kind, but just these main verbs are going to change the verbal tense. Okay, so keep in mind this. Before to finish this video and this explanation, I just want to tell you that it's important to practice a lot. Okay, this lesson is not difficult, but one thing is that you need to memorize the main verbs and the use of infinitives. With those verbs you have to use infinitives. Why I say this? Because there are different type of infinitives. They are infinitive with the preposition to and infinitives with the gerund form. So thanks for watching, and before to finish, remember that if you have any question about this lesson, if you need more information, if you need some more examples, you can contact me in my email or Skype. This is my username, Gus. Okay, so see you next time.